It's a feeling of humility and pride when you see your student achieve success and apply his learnings to deal with challenges on his own. Hi, I'm Rajat Soni, a teen life and parenting coach. Today's theme is goal setting and time management for teenagers. And who better than a teen entrepreneur to talk about that? I have with me Advait Thakur, who's an Indian computer programmer and serial entrepreneur. He's the founder of the Indian technology company Apex Infosys India and is currently its chief executive officer. 16-year-old Indian tech prodigy Advait Thakur, who started using computers at age 6, launched his first website at age 9 and has been working with Google's AI and natural language processing APIs for a couple of years now. Advait Thakur is Google certified AdWords, analytics, digital sales, and mobile sites professional. He's also the youngest HubSpot inbound certified professional. Advait is recognized as one of the youngest CEOs in the country by CEO Insights. India Today magazine described Advait as a young tech entrepreneur who's changing the world. Thakur was also mentioned by Ummeed.com in 6 entrepreneurs under 25 making waves in 2019 list as a teen who cares about the world and wants to make his mark on it. He was also named one of the India's hottest young entrepreneur of 2018 by the Startup. So I welcome Advait Thakur. Hi Advait, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's such a pleasure. And despite a difficult thing you're going through right now, you're still here, and I really, really thank you for that. It reflects your commitment. So tell me a
Yeah,
little bit more about you. Tell me about your venture, your story so far.
yeah, sure. So, Apex Infosys is one of the leading providers of automation and networking systems for homes and businesses, offering a personalized and unified smart home system. So, founded in 2017, Apex Infosys is currently focused on making everyone's lives more simple and secure by offering unprecedented visibility and control of the entire house, ensuring energy greener, smarter, and cheaper. Apex also plans to enter the healthcare sector soon. And about the goals, being a tech startup, the ultimate goal is to scale up and grow bigger. I dream to help people by giving back to the community as well as contribute to economic growth of a country by generating more employment.
Great, Advait. I'm very intrigued by the fact that how do you really make your goals? How did you make your plan? How did the whole process happen? Where did the idea come in? So very curious to know about these things. If you could just share.
Mhm. So I started Apex Infosys as a digital agency, and like my entrepreneurship journey began with the purpose to help NGOs gain exposure through internet. And
Oh,
being fascinated with technology, I never pictured that I would bring immense value to the society and gain the financial freedom and recognition I have done today. So since an early age, I have been curious kid, always fascinated with tech, and I would see a gadget and wonder how does it work and how it was made, its purpose and functions as well. And it was during that time that I was introduced to video gaming, and I was an avid player back then, and using popular gaming console of the time, PlayStation, at my
oh,
cousin's place. Yeah, that was my favorite pastime. So my story began when I requested my parents to buy me one at home as well. So obviously, they refused to buy me one as they felt that it would have a bad impact on my mind.
mm.
And at that time, my anger knew no bounds, but they were firm on their refusal. And I think that was the decision that completely shaped my life differently. So after that, I got my first internet access when I was around 8, and I began web surfing. And during that time, my dad introduced me to computer basics like Fox Pro, MS DOS, and when I was 6, which led me to the rabbit hole of learning online. I went through hundreds of blogs and forums when I had difficulty solving any issue, and I took a couple of courses on Udacity and Coursera for learning about AI and machine learning as well. Uh, Obviously, YouTube also helped me a lot in learning about new tech and DIY projects. So quickly, I would like to share one incident, if it's okay.
Yes, please. I think I know about this.
Yeah, so one of the craziest incidents, I remember when my dad bought an Android device, and it was a very new concept back then, around in
Yeah.
2012 or 13. And out of my curiosity, I tried to mess up with the firmware in the hope of discovering something new, but ended up breaking up the phone apart. Now, of course, my parents were mad at me, but I think that tinkering habit paved the way to learn and experiment with new things, and eventually led to who I am today. And it was through trial and error and curiosity to know more that my childhood flourished.
Wow. So, Advait, I'd really like our audience to know here that how did you overcome your anger? You said you used to be very angry when your parents used to ask you not to be on the gadgets. So, how did you deal with that?
So I have very high temper. Actually, I get angry a lot of times. And yeah, so I had my Android device when I was around 10 or 11,
Mm,
but still, as it was like a latest device which my dad bought, I curiously broke it apart. And that's one of the incident. I did a lot of crazy incidents like that, but
mm.
still, even they schooled me, but still they supported me through that. They never like blocked my curiosity that you should not do this, or like you're breaking it apart. It was just like I just got one time punishment, and then I was like ready to discover something new again on that path.
And what are the challenges that you faced as an entrepreneur so far?
So some of the very challenges I faced at the beginning of my journey are like one of them being age stereotypes,
Mm,
facing criticism, and also dealing with stress and self-doubt. See, like something about like running your own business brings out the naysayers, and generational values can affect how the community perceives you as a young entrepreneur. Older people might instinctively judge you as a lazy or irresponsible person, refusing to give you a chance to earn their trust. And other entrepreneurs might doubt your ability to persist with your business over time. So when it comes to criticism, I like to separate the wheat from the chaff. And older counterpart can have a lot of great lessons to teach, but learn to put aside unhelpful comments and allow the positive to take precedence, and don't waste your time on negative influence. So that's my mantra. Basically, what I do.
wow. Wow.
And when I feel discouraged, I there's a powerful motivational tool that I use to take a look at my list of goals and tasks to do.
Mm,
Realize how the task you have assigned for today will have a direct result on achieving your goals in the future. And last but not least, passion. This is the most significant characteristic that every entrepreneur has, and for obvious reasons. When you
yeah.
genuinely love your work, you are willing to put those extra hours to make the business succeed, because there is joy your business like your business will give, which goes beyond the money.
True. It's that
Yeah,
feeling of fulfillment. It's that you've done
yeah,
something. Yeah.
yeah, correct.
Okay. What is the one thing, if I ask you, mentioned about three, four things. What is the one thing that has made you uh, not only stick around but succeed in your area of life? And uh, so you spoke about passion and you spoke about other things. What is that one thing that has made you keep moving despite challenges?
I would say it's passion. It's yeah. So for me, it's passion.
Beautiful.
So whenever I feel felt like no, felt like giving up, it was my passion, and it was like that dream that came in front of my eyes whenever I thought of giving up. So yeah, so passion, perseverance, and yeah, that's what it all it takes.
So what's that dream, Advait?
So to so my dream is basically to like to give back, give something of immense value to the community, and to it's not like doing something that already existed, but to offer something which which will create something of immense value, which will be something of immense value to the society. For instance, like the thing I did was when I started Apex, I started digital marketing services. Like I gave digital marketing services for free to this NGOs. So basically, that was the digital marketing wall that resisted them to get their exposure online. Yeah, so it's about providing something of immense value. So yeah, that's it.
There's a higher purpose to it, and that higher purpose is what always keeps you moving. So, what is your goal setting strategy?
Okay, so my goal setting strategy is basically like, first of all think I think about the purpose. So before I begin, I gather thoughts on an idea. So basically, what's the objective of my thinking, and how would I serve it, and with a well-defined purpose. As it said, with a well-defined purpose, you will be easily able to stir your thoughts in the direction you decide. Then I know my constraints. By knowing the constraints, I simply acknowledge the existence of my thoughts
Hmm.
and do not let them obstruct in my thinking. And the last thing I do is to anticipate the impact of my decision.
Wow. So, Advait, I do know that you have a team. What's the key to managing a team?
That entrepreneur should have is like intent to listen. Like you should be a good listener first of all. There in this startup industry, there will be a lot of people from diverse backgrounds, and you may have conflicting thoughts a lot of times. So the one of the trait that helped me the most was that I'm a good listener. I don't like, if something like I want to oppose, I just don't oppose directly. So first of all, listen to it. We go through a discussion with my team, and then we try to uh, get it into the business, get it implemented into the business with mutual thoughts, and like, so that's how I do. That's how I manage my team.
And what would be the age of most of your team members?
Uh, are 30 plus. They are 30 plus. Some
Wow.
are even like advisors to a firm, are also like 45 and 50.
Wow. And is yours a self-funded company or you've taken some investments? You have investors. How does it work?
No, it's bootstrapped currently.
Okay.
We are looking for investors, but currently it's bootstrapped.
All right. So you are looking for investors at this point in time.
Yeah, correct.
Great, Advait. So what's your routine like?
My IIT JEE coaching in the morning. In the afternoon, I either work my pending stuff out, or else I revise what I learned that particular day at the coaching. In the evening, I do some self preparation on SAT, ACT exams, or other competitive exams that I want to take. And at night, if I get some extra time, I either read books that interest me, or else I surf the web for the topic of my interest, tech, and yeah, then it's a loop.
Oh, beautiful. And when do you plan your day? It's usually in the night before?
So I plan my task before going to bed, and just then after I wake up, I try to go as thorough with it. And if I fail to like achieve something that was on my plan, I do it. I keep it for the next day. Like I don't have a timetable or sort of thing. I just have a planning table which I plan a day before.
Beautiful. And how do you overcome the devil procrastination?
Procrastination is one of the biggest entrepreneurial enemies, according to me.
Mhm.
Procrastination. Sometimes even my mom say that you are procrastinating, but I think that procrastination is often confused with laziness.
Yeah.
But they are very different. One of the first steps I think someone should take to overcome procrastination is to recognize that they are procrastinating,
Mm.
and once you understand, then you need to understand why you the reason why you're procrastinating before you can begin to tackle it. And so once you deal with the why, I would say adopt anti procrastination strategy.
Wow, that's so wonderful. Now, what we see, Advait, nowadays, sometimes with teenagers, they are the screen time is really high, and they are a lot on their gadgets and using Netflix and doing a lot of
Yeah.
other things, especially in the days of quarantine now, the situation we are in now. You are someone who has, so of course, technology has its positives and it has its negatives.
Yes. Yeah.
What is it that has, what is it that you would like to suggest to teenagers of today, that how can they use technology positively?
Okay. So like in the time of this current crisis.
Yeah, in the time of this crisis.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, obviously you someone should learn new career skills. There are a lot of platforms out there like Coursera, Udacity. They are providing this knowledge for free. So in this current, you can explore a lot of things on YouTube as well. You can learn DIY stuff, not only about tech. You can learn about making new dishes, for example. So like yeah, so you can improve your skills instead of just binging on Netflix and Prime Video. Now obviously everyone does, but you should like balance that, not just like you have a whole day so you will binge on Netflix. And yeah, so I guess that use your time wisely in this lockdown. Instead of stress and anxiety, utilize this time to improve your skills and stay positive. And as Napoleon Hill said, every adversity brings with it a seed of equal or greater opportunity. So when you think positively, you can get many new opportunities in life under any circumstances.
Wow, that's a beautiful message you've given, Advait, to everyone. I'd like to ask you finally, what is it that you do in your free time whenever you get it?
So yeah, so obviously the first thing I do in my free time is to learn something new. So I'm a very curious person, not just about tech, but I like to read a lot. And at that time, I either read books, and if not, I surf on web and learn about new things, which I never which I never heard before, or like which I wanted to explore more.
Okay. And are you a Netflix fan?
Yeah, I'm a Netflix fan, but I balance it like watching it like in day or two, so like that. Only in like I got this time only because of this lockdown. Otherwise, I don't usually get time for Netflix and stuff.
Oh, what are you watching nowadays?
I just finished watching Money Heist. It's
Oh,
a
wow.
Spanish series.
Yes.
So yeah, I just finished watching it. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's so far.
Great, Advait. And I really want to thank you for being here and for all the wisdom that you've given us all.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for listening to this podcast. At Rajat Soni Academy, we enable teenagers to gain clarity in thought and action across each area of their life, be it entrepreneurship, career, academics, friendships, or managing their emotions. To know more about us, please visit www.rajatsoni.coach. I repeat, it's www.rajatsoni.coach. Stay safe, stay home, and stay awesome.